I've got to be completely honest with you. I wasn't necessarily planning on coming back to 2 Point Campus. I thought we'd done just about everything there was to do with this game, and I do sort of stand by that, but I'll be honest, I've been looking at it. I've been looking at the icon on my desktop, and I've been thinking, man, I kind of want to play it again. And then I saw some tweets that were like, hey, are you going to play more 2 Point Campus? And I saw some comments that were like, hey, are you going to play more 2 Point Campus? And I thought, you know what? It's spooky month, and the game has updated to reflect spooky month, and there are new uniforms to reflect spooky month. So why not? Why don't we jump back in and see what we can do? We are in 2 Point University still. This is the last campus that you can get in the game thus far. So let's just see what we can do. We're not even a 1-star campus yet. We need to get level 18, and to do that, we just need to keep expanding. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, I have gone ahead and built a couple of kiosks in here and hired a couple of assistants to work there. That is about the only change that's been made between this episode and the last one of this series, which was a while ago, admittedly, but that's okay. This is a good little change, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know I could put these kiosks outside. This is news to me, and honestly, it's kind of good news and kind of really cool. So I really appreciate that this is something I can do. It's also super busy, which says to me that we might want to look into some more kiosks, which we can absolutely do. Currently, we have ramen, we have smoothies, and we have coffee. What we can do is get a veggie and a hot dog kiosk, and I guess we could go ahead and put one there, and we can go and put one there, and then hire a couple of assistants to work at those. So we'll get Stephanie dessert, and we'll also go and, I suppose, get Jules rhymes, which it doesn't, but fair enough. So those guys are going to work at the food and drink kiosks only, and that means that we now have, wrong button. That means that we now have the ability to hopefully feed a bunch more students, which is good. Hopefully the queues that we have over here will go down a little bit. Now, speaking of the students, they do have a couple of demands. They want a student union, they want honor rollers, and they want a 2-player arcade table. Now, what that says to me is that we need to expand a little bit further. We also have these massive corridors. I don't really know what I was thinking. This is like a lot of empty space in here. So what I think I'm going to do, given that we have a big old dormitory right there as well, I think what I'll do is I might need to move these kiosks, actually, because I was thinking of expanding sort of around and having some corridors that lead us back. But maybe we just build another building. Maybe that's what we do here. So let's go into build mode. Let's go to right down at the bottom, campus building, and let's just see what we can do. So we can go right up against this, which I don't want to do. I do want to leave a gap, and I think I'll just leave a gap of 3. And we'll go right from the back there. We'll come right forward to here. And maybe we just do a big old 18 by 18 square. It's going to be $24,000, which is totally fine. And the entrance can go, I want to say that's probably the middle. And I think that's what I'm going to do. It's a little bit uninspired, but we can bring it around and we can expand it. But this is good. This is a decent start. So absolutely going to do that. And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to put another one just opposite on the other side, which is going to be there. So go ahead and build both of those. We can go ahead and get ourselves some paths leading up to these as well. So we'll grab this guy, and we want the path going something like that. And we want the path on this side going a little something like that. And I guess we'll get these little corners in here as well. And I think that looks all right. Do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll do that as well. So this is good. This is a lot of room for us to expand into, and it means that we can deal with the fact they want a student union, they want the arcades, they want more sci-fi films. This seems solid. So let's go ahead and get them some things. They want a student union, they can get a student union. It has to be at minimum 3x4, but this is the one you can put the stage into. So I think what I'll do is go for I might just go 7x7. I think we build a really nice sort of chunky student union. Wait, is it the student union or the student lounge that gets the stage? It's the union. Yeah, it's this one. So I think we do the stage right there. And I think that's fine. Although I could put it on this side as well, which I guess wouldn't hurt. So we'll do there. For a door, we'll go for, I guess, right in the middle. Obviously, need a bar on this as well. Wouldn't be a student union without one. And it also needs some tables. So, oh, the tables have pumpkins on them. I love that. All right. So a table there. We'll do a table there. And we could do a table, I want to say there as well. And that's a decent little layout, although I do think we could have these pumpkins maybe facing each other, or sort of facing towards each other a little bit. So something like that. They're all facing towards the door, so no pressure when you come in. Now, they'll probably want dance floors as well. So let's actually move these guys back a little bit to just add a little bit more pressure to anyone that enters this space. They're going to have the pumpkins really looking right at them. In fact, can I just do a little something like this? So that's a bunch of dance floors. We've got the pumpkins on either side, which is okay. We could probably throw another table here if we really wanted to, but I don't think I need to. And then I guess they also want the arcade tables, so we can put these in here, which I think will be good. I think just getting these things out of the way and getting these tables in here is going to be for the best. So we'll get both of the game tables like that. We could probably throw in something like table football as well, but I feel like we're getting a little bit cluttered. So we'll just go for a jukebox and maybe a dance podium thing. I don't know. This seems like it's a lot of space to work with. Maybe some couches in some of the corners will be good as well. So something a bit like that. And honestly, I think maybe a couch down here as well. Again, a little bit cluttered, but not the end of the world. Arcade cabinet up in the corner, perhaps, to give them something to do. And I like this. I think this is good. I don't think we need to deal with temperatures, which is good as well. So, yeah, this is totally fine. We'll put some art around the walls with these old posters here. So we'll go for a red one. We'll go for a blue one. And we'll get a green one just over here as well. It's a level 8 student union. It's $69,200. That's perfectly fine. Although we do need to get ourselves another assistant. We'll go for Lucille Husky, and we'll go ahead and say that you are only going to work in the student union. So that'll keep them happy. They got their student union, although now they're probably at some point going to want certain, Winged Serpent. I thought Winged Serpent there for a second was a band. No, at some point they're going to want bands to play here. We can totally do that, but for now, let's give them the sci-fi film. We'll go ahead and say that can be at the start of June. We'll repeat that every year. And let's see what else they want. VR Lab Prestige Level 5. A Clown Trunk. Science Lab Prestige Level 7. Crazy Taxi Machine and Student Lounge Prestige Level 7. Can I do that? It's level 5 right now, and it's quite small. I'm not entirely convinced that I can, but I'm willing to give it a shot. We'll do that over the windows, I guess. And we could do, we could put some art in here, I'm sure. If we've got some options for it. We've got that, for example, which brings us a little closer to level 6. You know, I don't think we're going to get level 7 in there, so we'll go ahead and say, no, we're not going to bother with that. And that's fine. That's totally okay. Now, what are these complaints about? They require thunderbolts in a science lab, and they also require VR chairs in the VR lab. Now, the VR chairs are quite small, so that's doable, right? We can go ahead and do a couple of these guys like that, and that'll keep the students happy. The thunderbolts are pretty chunky. There's some pretty sizable balls, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. Now, it's interesting looking at a few of these students. This guy has pretty bad grades. You've got pretty bad grades as well. There's a few of them running around with pretty terrible grades. We also have issues with medical issues, and generally I'm thinking we could probably do something about that. So if we go into build mode, we can get ourselves a medical office for one, which I think is going to be absolutely worthwhile. And so what we'll do is get ourselves a little 3x3 medical office here, and we'll place this whole thing right about there. We can go ahead and get the medical desk and hopefully put it somewhere good. Say anywhere in here. Can I put it anywhere that's gonna make sense? I guess I can put it there. Can I put it down here? That works. Yeah, that's pretty good. We can also throw a medicine cabinet into somewhere to give a little bit of a boost to the room. And we'll go ahead and do that. I also don't really care about the awards right now. So that's going to be a medical office. What I also want to do, though, is build pastoral support, because it's also going to be quite important. So what we'll do is get ourselves the chairs right here. We can get ourselves a nice fireplace, which might actually be too warm. So I think what I'll do instead is some bookcases. Maybe just 2 of them. If that's a little something I can do, it absolutely is. We'll get a nice lamp in the corner. We'll get ourselves a nice screen to sort of block the door. And that seems nice. Maybe a nice plant in that corner, which is in a pumpkin. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. Do we have any rugs in here? We do have a pastoral cabinet, which honestly probably not a bad idea at all. So we'll go ahead and put the cabinet right about there, and we'll go ahead and allow that. So we're gonna need an assistant with medical skills and an assistant with pastoral skills. Looking at it, we actually have Grant Tension, who would be fantastic at pastoral care. So we'll go ahead and get you working in there. And we can also, hopefully, get an assistant with medical. No, we cannot. Okay. Well, that's fine. Not super worried about it. I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. I've been playing so many different management games and strategy games have so many different sets of controls. It's a little frustrating. But of course, they're not going to be unified. What I am going to do, though, is look at the outfits for my assistants, because like I mentioned, I think, we do have some new outfits available. We have the dyeing trend, the mummy tissues, and wolf wear. So let's say that the assistants are going to wear the mummy tissue. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That's so good. All right, so the assistants are going to be mummies. The lecturers are going to need different outfits as well. So I love that it just straight up the walk. Oh my god. I love it so much. What does this one look like? Oh, he just walks like a zombie. What about the wolf one? He creeps around. I love that he even has the robe still. I love that so much. All right, the lecturers are now all werewolves. And I guess the janitors are going to be zombies. So there we go. It really is spooky month now. That's, oh my god. I love it. I love that so much. All right, let's see what we need. So we need a gym, we need some lecture theaters, we need more money wrangling teachers. So what else can we do? We could upgrade the current courses, but I'm almost tempted to say we just keep adding more. Right? I mean, I don't necessarily see why not. So like internet history, for example. Wait, I've got 45 course points. I could get countercultural studies and I guess funny business or dark art. We could get 2 courses, and I think I'm going to. So this doesn't say it needs anything, so we'll start that course. And we'll also go and get funny business. So we have 2 new courses, which is great. Next year's tuition fees, 1.2 million. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And yeah, now we need a few different things, but I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. Although 2 new lecture theaters is a little bit of work. Let's go ahead and copy you. And what we'll do is we'll put a lecture theater, I guess here would be a bit of a spot for it. I think that's probably fair enough. So lecture theater right there. We can go ahead and copy it again and put another lecture theater right there. And I think what I'll do is I'm gonna just take out some of these windows because we could probably get a little bit of a bathroom right here. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, certainly not the biggest bathroom that we've got on the campus, but I think that's all right. So just a little something like that for a bathroom. We've got the 2 new lecture theaters as well. We could probably put another bathroom here, but I think we'll hold off on that. What else do we need? We need a gym. Now we have a gym already, which is this one. I could just copy it into this space, which honestly, I'm slightly tempted to do, and I'm slightly tempted to say that we make it much larger. So we just expand it like this. We can maybe put the entrance somewhere else. It doesn't really matter where exactly, but we'll maybe move it down towards the lecture theaters, and we'll see how that goes. Although apparently that's that can go there. Okay, yeah, we'll put the entrance to the gym right here, and we'll just expand this thing. We'll just put more stuff in it, and there we go. We have a level 7 gym. It has a bunch of the things that the students are going to want. And now all we need are more teachers, although we're also going to have a bunch of students coming in, so we might want to get our hands on another dormitory. Now, the question I have is, can I copy this and put it in here? I absolutely can, which is great news. That means that we can 100% deal with all these new students, although I would like to expand this a little bit, even though it's going to be a bit of a weird size. Maybe we just stick with symmetry. Maybe we get rid of you. We'll stick with the symmetry on this. We'll go ahead and build that, which is great. Level 14 campus is also great. And then that little space down in the corner, I guess, could probably be showers rather than a bathroom. I think that might be a solid idea. We have showers over here. We don't, I think, have showers by these dormitories. We do not. So let's do a pretty decently sized shower room, and then we'll find somewhere else in this particular building for the bathrooms, which is totally okay. So we'll do this. Level 2 shower room is good. Got a bunch of students heading towards the new dormitories, which is also good. 15 course points actually means we can upgrade some things. So we'll upgrade countercultural studies. And now we need 3 new money wrangling teachers, 1 school of thought teacher, 2 countercultural studies teachers, and 2 funny business teachers. So let's get all of those hired. And so with that, we're up to 14 teachers overall, which is pretty substantial. We still have $277,000 though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into getting a couple of private tuition rooms and also some training rooms. Now the training rooms need to be 4x4. So if I put one there and I put the door there, we can go ahead and just put the old machine right about there with some of these screens perhaps on either side to try and boost the stats a little bit. And maybe one right there as well. Level 3 training room seems pretty solid. $42,000, but we can copy this. We'll get 2 of them. And I'm thinking I can actually get, ooh. Oh, I don't love that. Okay, we'll not bother doing that, but what I will do is also get some private tuition. Now, these rooms need to be 3x2, and that's kind of what I'm thinking this space can be. So, the door for this can go right in the middle. We can do the desk, I guess, right in the middle as well. A bit of a weird layout for private tuition, but I'm kind of here for it. We'll do a nice chalkboard in the corner. We'll get ourselves, I guess, another chalkboard back here. Get ourselves a nice bookcase right about there, and maybe a tuition bookcase right about there. Definitely cramped, this room. Definitely a little bit cramped, but I think it's pretty solid. Maybe some nice art back here as well, and that'll do. So what I can do with this is copy that into this space, and now we have 2 training spaces, 2 private tuition spaces. We have the ability for medical care, which is going to need one of these guys. Unfortunately, none of them can do medical, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of all applicants. And it shouldn't be too long before we get some applicants that can handle medical. So that puts us in a really good space. What do you guys want? A fancy hat stand and honor rollers. There it is. So they want an event. Absolutely. We'll go ahead and schedule it for end of November going to December. And they also want the fancy hat stand. So I don't know where they want the fancy hat stand. Can I put it in here? I don't know if I can. I don't know if this is actually a room for a fancy hat stand or not. Can I guess I could probably just put it anywhere, right? Does it really matter? We'll put it there, right? We'll put it there and hope that keeps students happy. And speaking of keeping students happy, let's get them some vending machines too. So we'll go for the morsel man machine. right about here. We'll go for the palpitation machine right about here, and we'll go for the cheesy gubbins machine right about there. And that should keep them good. All right, let's start the academic year. We've got 4 courses. We'll begin, and I'm hoping for good things. I also want to point out, can you imagine going into pastoral care and this is your therapist? Like, you'd probably, you would probably come out with more issues than you went in with. Oh, I'm also realizing I need bins. 100% need some bins around here. So we'll get one there. We'll get one right in this corner as well, just to stop the students from throwing things everywhere. We can probably, I love this. We can get one maybe back there as well. And we are maybe good. We might want 1 or 2 more. I guess one in that corner would be lovely, but the door's kind of in the way. So we'll go for here instead. And that should keep us okay. All right. Can I get... Nope. Still can't get a medical applicant. That's fine. I guess I could hire one and just train them, but I'd rather not. I'd also really like to train all of my teachers, because they're all level 1 right now. Well, no, some are level 2, but I'd definitely like to train them. Let's get that going and see if we can get all of our teachers up to like level 5 so that they're fantastic and so that my students stop failing everything. Oh, wow, that is a lot of students coming through there. Good Lord. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's wow. Okay, have we ever had that many students walking in like one big group before? That's kind of wild. How many classes do we have at a single time right now? We have 10. We have 10 classes at once, and we're not even a 1-star campus right now, so that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Do we have? We do. All right. So you have a lot of marketing skill. You have 130% marketing skill. Oh, that's got me interested. Okay, I might actually hire you and have you do marketing, and then maybe we just hire Olivia Curves and train Olivia to do medical. I think that's what we're gonna do. It's probably gonna be cheaper. So I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Hold on, Olivia, wait. Olivia, let's stop. There we go. All right. So you are only going to do nothing for now, and we'll train you to do first aid. So you can go and do your thing. Eventually you'll be good to work in there. But I guess since we have some money, let's get a marketing department. Let's get a marketing office. It needs to be 3x3, which is totally fine. So it could go into this space, but I'm kind of enjoying filling this one up a little bit. So let's just go for a little 3x3 thing there. And I guess this space back here could maybe be a staff room. That actually seems like a pretty good idea. So we'll go ahead and put a marketer's desk thing here. Maybe get another one right there. In fact, I wonder if I move this door, can I get 2 of these desks in here and then maybe put 2 marketers working in here? That honestly might not be a bad idea. That might be the way to go. We'll go ahead and put some whiteboards up as well, just to, give the marketers a little something to do. And this honestly looks fine. We'll put a rug underneath that. It's a level 2 marketing office. We'll go ahead and confirm. And we will hire Orla Deluxe to work in the marketing space. So let's go ahead and just turn all of that off. You are only going to be working in marketing. And I think for now, we'll just have the one working in there. So let's start a campaign. Let's do a School of Thought campaign. And we'll go ahead and repeat the campaign as well, since we can probably afford to. So that's good. That keeps us good. We can also, like I said, probably get ourselves a staff room back here. This seems like a pretty solid space for it. And actually, I could bring it forward like this as well if I wanted to, which I don't hate the idea of doing, to be honest. I don't hate that at all. So we'll do a door here, and we'll just turn this into the best staff room that I can possibly have. And there we go. We have a staff room, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have our assistant going ahead and getting trained in medical, so this place will be up and running in no time at all. We are also well on the way to being a level 17 campus, so level 18 is not too far behind, and we also have a goal that we've achieved. So I'll go ahead and claim that. I don't think there's anything else I need to claim, which is totally fine. So I suppose we should look at what they want. So Jasmine Odyssey, you want another concert? Sure. All right, we'll go ahead and schedule this one for April. We'll repeat that every year. What else do you want? They want Momentum Marbles, which needs to go in a science lab. No, that's not happening. They want a car booth and they want a student union party. All right. Well, that can be scheduled for end of July. That'll keep them relatively happy there as well. And I guess the Momentum Marbles are for an assignment. Now, they're annoyingly huge is the problem. So maybe we do look at building another science lab up in this space instead. I'm also thinking I should get some windows in these buildings, because at the minute there's windows around the student union. There's a couple in the staff room as well, but I think a couple of windows just here, and here might be an idea. Maybe a bit weird for a lecture theater, but I think it's nice. And then for the gym, I guess here, and maybe we just sort of dot them across the middle, something like that, so that we have a nice amount of natural light coming in there. The staff training space, maybe some windows behind the big brain is an option. And then maybe down here we could do a couple of windows at the end of that hallway. That seems fine. I'm not going to bother with any in the medical office. That seems a little bit weird. So this is pretty solid in terms of a building. So let's speed the game up. Let's get this training done. Let's get the medical office going. And let's see if we can or cannot get up to level 18. Oh, this is a little bit concerning. We have a bit of a queue for the medical office and nowhere for them to sit. So even though a queue is less than ideal, I think what we can maybe do is just throw some benches out here, and at the very least, they can sit and be comfortable whilst waiting forever to see a doctor. A little bit realistic there, not gonna lie. A little bit realistic. Hits a little bit close to home. I've been trying to speak to my doctor for friggin' weeks, and getting through, just getting an answer on the phone is a nightmare. You call them up in the morning, it's like you have to call at 8:30 when they open, and there's like an hour period where you can try and get through to book an appointment, and if you don't get through, call back tomorrow. If you manage to call in the afternoon and you're like, hey, I'd like to make an appointment, they're like, no, we don't take appointments after 9:30, you have to call back tomorrow morning. So I'm just sitting here wondering, what happens to people that work night shifts? You know, what happens there? It kind of sucks, man. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get ourselves a little social space just in this open area here, because I think it'll be a pretty good idea. We'll get a couple of benches around here, something a bit like this, and I also would like to try and build like a little arcade space here, as weird as that might be, because we keep getting asked for a crazy taxi machine, so I'm gonna build like a little arcade area. So something like this. We'll go ahead and bring some walls kind of around like this, and I guess we could bring them sort of a little bit further. Something a bit like that is probably fine. And I guess we just open it up, right? So just get rid of this wall completely. These guys are gonna need spaced out just a little bit further. So there and there. And we can just go and throw things like a crazy taxi machine in here, just sort of right in the middle like that. We can go and throw, I guess, these regular arcade machines in here as well. So just a little bit like that. And that'll hopefully keep the students happy. That's got us really close to level 18 too. So let's maybe give them the car booth, since they keep asking for that as well. It can just live, I want to say, well, this thing actually doesn't go central, which is kind of annoying, but we'll put the car booth right there. And that's just a weird little space is all that is. A weird little space. And that's okay. All right, so we are extremely close, and there it is. Level 1 campus, not bad. We've unlocked a bust, we got some money. We're gonna continue We need an average of an A grade on campus, and we need some clubs. We need 5 level 5 clubs. Also, attractiveness rating 85%. That's going to be slightly tricky. The grades are going to be slightly tricky too, to be quite honest. The grades are definitely going to be slightly tricky, but that is why we got the private tuition. So we'll be all right. That's also why we're training all of our teachers to not be, terrible. So the grades will be a gradual process. That's okay. I'm not too worried about that. The level 5 clubs, on the other hand, I mean, oh boy, that's slightly trickier. I want to say that's slightly trickier. I'm also wondering what category do clubs go into? Because I do not remember in the slightest. Recommended items is whatever. It's favorites, which I haven't got any of. All right, well, we'll have a look and see. So we got these guys here. Wait, 5 level 5 clubs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we need to use the orb club, which is going to reduce club member happiness, but it is going to give me money. Suddenly, this sounds very interesting. I'm going to be honest. And also, I could put it right down there. So these chairs can go away. We're going to start with the orb club, and we're going to get money from the orb club. So I guess this thing can just live right about there. Oh, wait, don't these things need workers? Isn't that a thing? Hold on a second. Can we get anyone here that's not like super qualified for things? Let's get, wait, do they need workers? Do we need someone to work here? I guess we don't. Okay, well, that's one club. I guess the rest of them can go everywhere else. But to be honest, that can probably wait for now. Because for now, we're going to leave it there for today. We need to get these clubs in here. We need to get them to level up, and that's going to be relatively easy. Campus attractiveness is just going to be a whole bunch of plants everywhere. And really, the only thing I'm worried about is bringing the grades from a C+ to an A. But that's doable. We can achieve that. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure to be back. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.